and welcome back to the Isle Evrima, where we are living as a Cerato and just doing our best to survive. You know, we're not looking for trouble or anything. We're just trying to grow this thing and live our life. Hopefully have some fun interactions of some sort. Just following this path, seeing where it leads. We are a bit hungry, so hopefully we'll be able to find more food here soon. Should probably do a sniff and see if we smell anything. I think we're going to have to rely on our ears more. Listening for any AI sounds or other people playing. Hearing a lot of ambient noise. Everything is pretty quiet right now. Like I need to be going the other way. I will turn on... I usually have the music turned off because I like to hear everything, but I'll turn it up just a little bit maybe. We'll try 5 and see how that is. Just because I like to not have the music getting in the way of all of the other sounds. I think we're just going to head towards this migration zone in the hopes of finding something that we can hunt. We're definitely bigger now, so I feel like we can definitely try and hunt something. For those having trouble finding AI and stuff, I think if you are running, you kind of run through areas a little too fast. So I do think that if you do take your time and walk, I think they have it to where more AI will spawn around you. So just some different things you can try. Oops, it's very black, my goodness. Accidentally turned off my night vision. But yeah, I know a lot of people have trouble finding AI, so maybe that'll help somebody. I know if you're in a starving situation, it's hard to take the time to walk because you're just in a hurry trying to find something. We are not smelling anything, so just want to get up here further. Looks like we are headed into the Delta River area. I know there are boars and deer that like to spawn around here, so if we can't find another playable, hopefully, or another player, hopefully we'll be able to find something else. I do see something over here. I'm curious what it is. Maybe it's just the lighting hitting these flowers weird. Yeah. We are thirsty, so let's go ahead and get a drink. Hopefully there's no dinos lurking about. Thinking I really do want to head towards Highlands. If we can find the road that takes us over there. I thought it was over here, but maybe not. Must be the other way. Or over here, maybe. A little bit more. Oh, a rabbit. I'll take a rabbit, even though it's not much. Where'd you go? Kept getting stuck on the bushes, and then the bush sounds were taking over the rabbit bush sounds. Not gonna fill us up much anyways, but it's better than nothing. Looks like that rabbit got away. Pretty sure this path takes us to Highlands. Everything's so quiet today. Pretty sure we missed our path going to Highlands, so we kind of cut off the path and are heading in this direction. I know goats and deer spawn around Highlands, so that's why I want to get over there, in case we don't find anybody else hanging around the area. We have not caught the scent of any food yet, so that anybody else is killed. Our stamina is going down a bit, so we do need to try and reserve some of that for if we need it. Getting very hungry, so hopefully things start spawning soon. Sounding pretty quiet around Highlands too, isn't it? remember that big rock being there. That must be new. It's probably not super new. I just haven't played in a while. We'll stay on this side of the lake. I think goats like to spawn over in that area, so go check that out. See if we can hear anything. I haven't heard anything lately, so don't even see fish spawning in the water. Sometimes it takes a minute of you being in the area though, so. Heard something over there. Not sure if it was ambient noise or somebody else. Just empty today, my goodness. Looks like a patrol zone over there. Well, there's migration now. Let's go towards this patrol zone, see if we find anything over there. I'm gonna check something real quick. God, that scared me. It was pterodactyl AI. Scared the crap out of me though. Thought a dino was coming out of the water at me. So it sounded like water and then like sounds. Alright, we are in the patrol zone. Let's hope that there is something we can eat in here. Thankfully, the sun is coming up. That's just nothing. And we are starting to get dangerously hungry, so this might be one of those times where we're going to have to log out and log back in at a different time in the hopes that there is something around us. You can usually always find something, but it's definitely empty today. See if we get any replies or anybody attracted to the area from doing that. Could also have the opposite effect of, you know, scaring people away. What's up here? Because all of this looks new to me. Haven't really been around the Highlands area since they've changed stuff around, I guess. Yeah, this didn't used to be here. I don't think. Go in here. Not very far. Yeah, they definitely need to work on their AI spawning in this game, because, you know, sometimes you can find it all over the place, sometimes it's a struggle. You know, if you're not running into very many other players, you shouldn't have to log out and log back in later in the hopes of being able to find something to eat. I mean, we did see a rabbit, but that is all we've seen so far. The heck was that? Sounded like something else skidded, and then I skidded to a stop. This must be where the other thing's gonna come out at. Alright, food situation's starting to get desperate. I've definitely been in the area long enough for things to spawn in. Doesn't take that long. So, yeah, I think we are going to have to log out, unfortunately. We'll check over here, but I mean, where there's just been nothing, I don't have high hopes for finding anything. There's not a whole lot of people on. As you can see, it's pretty quiet, so you know, maybe that's why there aren't a whole lot of AI spawning, but that kind of gets rid of my theory on, you know, if there's less people on, maybe more AI spawns, because it looks like if there's too few people on, no AI wants to spawn. So I don't know. AI in this game is just a mystery. Keep trying to figure it out, but I certainly don't want to starve to death, so we're gonna go in this bush and log out for the day. Alright, it has been days since I've played the Cerato. I keep checking to see if the server is filled up enough to play, and the server has just been empty. Like 0 people, 1 person. I think the most it's been is 3. And yeah, it's apparently just not a very popular server, and I feel like when the update comes out, it'll probably be wiped and the Cerato will be no longer anyway. So we are starving. Our stomach just turned red, so we're just going to do a little look around, see if any AI happens to be spawning today, because there's literally only 1 other person in the server. So I think we are going to, we'll either live or die of starvation, and then we will jump onto a server with a lot more people and try to grow something in a little bit more exciting environment, because I did not want to play on an empty server with the Cerato. When I started growing this thing, there were at least people in the server, and yeah, there's just nobody now. And I've checked every day. I've checked in the mornings, I've checked in the evenings, and it's just never full of anybody. So yeah, I think we are just going to have to probably kill this thing off, and then we'll grow something else. I was hoping to have some kind of fun interactions with other people on the Cerato, because I do enjoy playing it, but I don't really like to grow the same thing back to back. I like to kind of switch around and just play a little bit of everything. I also like to go back and forth between playing a carnivore and a herbivore. It just really depends on what I feel like doing. I still don't hear any AI, so some people were saying that AI has changed in how it spawns. But yeah, I have no idea what AI is up to nowadays, or if it's bugged or anything. Like, everything changes so much in the Isle that it's really hard to keep up with. Like, I have 2 videos on finding food in the Isle from years ago, like a couple of years. I think the last one I did was about a year ago, maybe. Could be wrong. And as I said in those videos, there are times when I starve as well. Finding food is never guaranteed, so especially when the server is empty. Because there's no hope in finding, anything that somebody else has killed and scavenging. And if AI is not spawning, then there's really just, might as well just go to the top of that hill and jump off. I think I just heard something over here, actually. Probably nothing, probably just ambient noise or something. I couldn't really hear it very well. Not very often I get to use my vocals and sounds, so I might as well do it when there's nobody else around. Poor Cerato's gonna starve to death. Never really played a Packy, so maybe I'll try a Packy next or something. It always sounds like there's somebody behind me when I'm running. Go out here, see if there happens to be anything roaming around. I mean, the server is so empty that I don't really care if I do find anything, because this is not the life I had intended for my Cerato. It's no fun if nobody else is on. I'd love to jump into the Horde test and try out the Rex and the Aloe, but the Horde test is just so laggy and there's hackers everywhere, and I don't know. I just don't know that I want to deal with all of that. I'd rather just play on a stable game and wait for it all to be actually released. Have a mutation ready, but no point in taking that if we're gonna die. I love how the music is just all calming while we are slowly starving to death. On a positive note, we don't have to worry about a dino getting us here. It'd be hilarious if that was the only other person on the server and we did get eaten, though. Good for them. Good for them. Alright, I got water. We just need food. Food. There's usually like boars and stuff around here, I think. Yeah, I think the AI is just broken right now. Hold on, I think I heard something. Hey, there is a deer around. Now that we've run our stamina down. I just heard something else too, I think. lay down, get some stand back. I'm on red. I was like seconds from dying. Here, more deer. So AI is working. It was not working the other day when we were playing. What I think I'm gonna do. I was going to go jump off that cliff, but I think we are just going to take advantage of the AI that we are finding. And then we are going to probably log off, and we'll just keep this just in case. Yeah, look at all the AI today. It's everywhere. That's how it was the first time that we played on this thing. And I think even the second time, the only time we didn't find AI was the last time we played. Well, in this video, since I'm going to include this with the other parts. But yeah, so we'll fill up our stomach on this thing, and then we'll log out, and we'll keep it just in case the server does fill back up, and maybe we can jump on it another time. But until the server fills back up, this is pretty much the end of this series. It wasn't too exciting. I was hoping more exciting things would happen, but you know, sometimes that's the way life in the Isle goes. Sometimes it's really fun and interesting and things happening all the time, and sometimes it's boring and nothing is happening at all. I shouldn't have wasted all my stamina. I wasn't really caring because I thought I was going to die. Being impatient with my stamina. Scared me. There you are. Hey, there's a bunch of turtles around too. Perfect. Should be able to fill up our stomach easily then. Nice to see turtles spawning. So plentiful. A lot of meat on these turtles. See, are turtles even on our diet? Probably not. No. There we go. Filled up, no longer starving to death. So it was worth logging out and logging back in another day, even though there's still nobody on the server. Yeah, AI was just broken the other day. So we are going to go and fill up on water and refill our stamina before we log out, but you guys don't have to be here for all that. So Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging with us. I'm sorry this was a very boring series, and hopefully our next series will be more interesting. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a blessed day, and until next time, bye-bye.